Will there be a real estate crash this year in Toronto in 2022? Hey everybody, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Corrado Arangio. I'm a real estate broker here in Toronto, Canada, and I specialize in new pre-construction. I basically sell new homes, new condos. I work with a lot of builders, and in this video, I'm gonna do something different. I've actually never made a video like this before. We're gonna talk about the current real estate market in the GTA. And there's a lot of negative sentiment in the market right now. Interest rates have gone up. There's actually another interest rate announcement happening on June 1st. So there's a lot going on. A lot of people are afraid to buy. Prices are actually coming down from the all-time highs, which was back in February. So I'm gonna give my future prediction and how I see things playing out. And I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm doing and how I'm preparing myself to see if there's any opportunities. So I just wanna be ready for that. So I hope you liked the video. So if you do, please smash that like button. If you don't, there's nothing I can do. All right, so this is a quick market stats update. All right, so the sales of homes across the GTA have dropped 41.2% year over year. There was 13,613 total residential transactions in April of 2021 and 8,008 total transactions this year in April of 2022. So if we look here, seasonal adjusted, which is compared to the previous month, so the month of April is down 26.2% compared to March of 2022. March had a total of 8,626 transactions, and April had a total of 6,367 transactions. So for my personal experience, even before I got my real estate license, I remember going out in the springtime looking for properties, and typically the springtime is the busiest time for real estate. So looking at this, it's not looking that good at the moment. So now if we look at the average selling price year over year of a home compared to last year, we're up 15%. April 2021 reported an average selling price of $1,090,414, and April 2022 reported an average selling price of $1,254,436. So if we now compare this year, March 2022 to April 2022, in March, the average selling price was $1,285,534, and in April was $1,202,819. So the average selling price from March to April has dropped 6.4%. Let's look at the total new listings year over year. Last year, April 2021, we had 20,841 new listings, and in April this year, we're down with a total of 18,413 new listings, which is down 11.7% compared to April of last year of 2021. If we look at the sale to new listings ratio, we're down 43% this year in April 2022 compared to April last year. If you guys aren't too sure what this means, this is the ratio between the number of homes sold and the number of new listings entering the market. The sales to listings ratio is normally around 50% during a balanced market. A higher ratio implies a seller's market, while a lower ratio implies a buyer's market. All right, so property days on market year over year. If we look at April 2021 and April 2022, they're both the same, so the average days on market was 14 days. Listing days on market year over year in April was 10 days, and April 2022 was 11. So if we go to Condo Stats, we're comparing quarters. So there was a total of 9,399 total condo apartment sales in the first quarter of 2021 and 7,932 total condo apartment sales in the first quarter of 2022. So total condo apartment sales is down 15.6% in the first quarter of this year compared to Q1 of 2021. Let's take a look at the average selling price year over year in the first quarter of 2021. The average selling price for a condo apartment was $645,504 compared to this year, which is $790,398, which is up 22.4% compared to the first quarter in 2021. Total new condominium listings in the first quarter of this year is up 0.3% compared to Q1 of 2021. There was a total of 11,387 new listings in Q1 of 2021 and 11,426 in Q1 this year. Sales to new listing ratios year over year is down 14% in Q1 of this year compared to Q1 in 2021. The sales to new listing ratio in the first quarter of 2021 was 83% and 69% in the first quarter of this year. Days on market year over year is down 47.8%. In the first quarter of 2021, the average days on market was 23, and the first quarter of this year was 12 days. Let's quickly look at the condominium rental stats. The total apartment rentals is down 23.2% in the first quarter of this year. The total apartment rentals in the first quarter of 2021 was 13,162, and 10,110 in the first quarter of this year. And this could be because we have a lot less listings this year compared to last year, and we will get to that shortly. The average one-bedroom apartment rent year over year in the first quarter of this year is up 17.9%. In the first quarter of last year, the average one-bedroom apartment was renting for $1,820, and the average in this year's quarter is $2,145, which is up $325. Total new listing condominium rentals year over year is down 42.6%. In the first quarter of 2021, there was a total of 28,703 new listings, and in the first quarter of this year, there was a total of 16,475 new listings. And that's why the total apartment rentals are down year over year, because there's a lot less listings. February this year was pretty much the peak of the market. So we're going to look at this blog from House Sigma. And here it says GTA home prices cooling from hot spring of 2022. GTA home prices cooling from record highs in February. So you'll see here the median sold price, February 2022 versus April 2022. So the detached homes in February 2022 were average price in the GTA for $1.65 million versus now, which is $1.45 million, which is down 12.1%. So if we look at semis, in February they're selling for $1.33 million, and now they're going for $1.15 million, which is down 13.5%. So if we look at the freehold townhomes, we're selling for $1.24 million, and in April it's $960,000, which is down 22.6%. So if you look at condos, they're selling for $740,000 in February, and in April they're selling for $690,000, which is down the lease, which is only 6.8%. So there's a lot more info here. You guys check it out. It's also cool because it breaks it down by the cities as well. All right, so I'm going to go over this article and chart with you guys, and this is one of the main reasons why I always remain bullish long-term in investing in real estate in Ontario. Ontario is the worst offender among Canadian provinces when it comes to lack of sufficient housing stock, according to new analysis from Scotiabank Economics. A report published Wednesday shows that Ontario, Alberta, and Manitoba are the only provinces below the national average when it comes to per capita housing stock available. Scotiabank analysis relies on data from 2020, the last year with complete information on hand. To make up the difference, Ontario would need to add 650,000 new dwellings, Alberta would need to build 138,000 units, and Manitoba would have to construct 23,000 homes. Canada already ranks lowest among all G7 nations per capita housing stock. Scotiabank reported last year needing more than 1.8 million homes to reach the average of its peers on the international stage. All right, so this is another important thing to consider. Yes, prices will be coming down, but according to this, there's the rate of immigration, if it carries through the rest of the year, would mean that there's 435,060 new permanent residents that are coming to Canada in 2022. The rate of immigration to Canada this year is even higher, albeit less than 0.75 percentage point higher than Ottawa's plans. Canada wants to welcome 431,645 immigrants this year. So far this year, January has seen the arrival of 35,330 new permanent residents, and February was another 37,180. IRCC has stated that more than 108,000 newcomers were welcomed in the first quarter of 2022, although the official monthly figure for March is yet to be made available. So if we go to the Bank of Canada's website, there's going to be an interest rate announcement happening on June 1st, then another one on July 13th, and then there'll be another one on September 7th, another one on October 26th, and then another one on, December 7th. So another thing that I've been following is the CPI report, which is the Consumer Price Index. So let's check that out. Canada annual inflation rate rises to 6.8% in April. Canada's Consumer Price Index advanced 6.8% on a year-over-year basis in April. Statistics Canada said Wednesday, or a slight acceleration after a 6.7% rise in the previous month. Market expectations were for inflation to remain unchanged in April at 6.7%. So according to economists at TD Securities, April's advance marks a fresh 3-decade high for an annual price increases in Canada. On a month-over-month basis, CPI rose 0.6% in April on a seasonally adjusted monthly basis. Inflation advanced 0.7% in April versus a revised 1% gain in March. The average of Bank of Canada's preferred measures for underlying core inflation in April rose to a 32-year high of 4.23%, up from 3.9% in the previous month. Core inflation provides a measure of price changes that excludes volatile goods such as food and energy. I follow the stock market on a daily basis. Many are saying that we're heading into recession. Some people are saying they're already in a recession. You know, the major indices are down. You got big companies that are down 50, 60%. Companies like Facebook, Meta, you got Amazon, you have Netflix, PayPal, and that's just to name a few. So I want to give you guys like my prediction. I personally think that prices will continue to come down, especially, you know, June 1st. You know, there's rumors that interest rates can go up 75 basis points, which that would scare a lot of people. But I'm putting myself in a position ready to buy. You know, I'm talking to my mortgage broker. I recommend you doing that if you're looking to buy, you know, during this time. I personally think that, you know, things are going to slow down for 6 months to maybe even a year. But it really depends on interest rates. You know, all they got to do is not increase interest rates that much, and you'll see prices will just go back up again, right? But I personally think that prices will come down. I'm going to put myself in a position ready to buy if I see an opportunity. And remember, we live in Ontario. It's, you know, that there's a housing shortage, right? There's also a lot of new immigrants that are coming here. So things are a little bit different here. Like I remember buying in the US, and, you know, I bought in Fort Myers. The home that I bought, I paid $200,000. It only went up 80 grand in like 3 years, right? In Ontario, that's not a lot of money. Like homes go up like 200, 300,000 sometimes in like a year, right? So my point here is that, you know, we do have a housing shortage. So I personally think in the long term, you know, prices will continue to go up. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to put myself in a position ready to pull the trigger if I think it makes sense. All right, guys, so thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to smash that like button. And I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that prices are going to come down? Do you think it's a good time to put yourself in a position to buy if there's good opportunities? I want to know what you guys are doing. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next one.